Hey folks, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Sid Meier's Civilization VII. We are playing as Xerxes with the Founders Edition of the game. No longer leader of Persia, but instead the leader of the Abbasids, as we have ended our Antiquity Age and moved on into the Exploration Age on Deity difficulty. Now, you might have thought that we came out of the last age in a really commanding position. We had the best legacies by far, but don't you get cocky. Everything has fundamentally changed in this new age, and we are going to be at a pretty big disadvantage. Before we get started, though, I want to say a very big thank you to 2K and Firaxis for sponsoring today's video. It's very much appreciated. If you guys would like to learn more about Civ 7, you can find a link in the description down below. But now, let's go ahead and reap the rewards of everything that we did from the Antiquity Age by choosing our legacies. Now, legacies are tied directly to the milestones for the different cultural, economic, scientific, and militaristic accomplishments from the previous age. In fact, for every milestone, we get 1 point in a different category. We can now spend these points to give ourselves some advantages moving on into the next era. Now, because we did so well with science and military, we actually have a golden age option for both, but you only get to choose 1 golden age, so we have to decide. Do I want 4 extra infantry, or would I rather convert my old academies into Golden Age academies? They get their extra yields and adjacency bonuses and so on. Now, why is this important? Well, if I go to my capital city over here, one thing we are going to see if we take a look at our buildings, we do still have all of our old buildings, but their effectiveness has been greatly reduced. This amphitheater was worth 6 culture, now it's only worth 2. This academy is worth 5 science, but now it's only worth 2. There's kind of a theme here, right? And that's because old, outdated buildings are just not as effective. What we're supposed to do is research new technology and gradually build over what was old in order to get more advanced structures. The result, though, is my science and culture have plummeted from where they were, and believe it or not, this is going to get worse. It hasn't fully recalculated yet. That's where having the golden academies is actually going to be useful because at least they get some of their benefits back, and I will spend 2 points on that. And my final point, getting an extra scientific attribute point so I can start working down the talent tree. For economic benefits, 20 gold per turn is nice, but I think I'd rather just get 2 additional points for the talent tree. For culture, I'm actually going to spend my wild card here because this gets me the Piety Civic for free and faster production towards temples. This means I should be able to found a religion faster than anyone else, and there are reasons to love that. For our military, I want to get 2 more settlement limits. That is always very good. And then after that, militaristic attribute point is fine. These are all the rewards we get for doing so well in the previous age. So there's my Piety Civic, which is great. And oh, would you look at that? My science and culture have plummeted even further. Now I am very behind the AI. I did really well last time, but it's not good enough. We're going to need to build up some new structures and fast. Let's start by getting ourselves a temple, because I do want to found that religion in the next 4 turns. I also feel like I might as well spend my money upgrading my former cities, which have since degraded into towns, back into cities so I can continue producing, let's say, temples and other things down there. So we'll do that here as well. There we go. Now we're back up to having 3 cities. And we should take a look at our new technology tree. Now, you might have missed some technologies from the last age, but never fear. Once you begin the exploration age, everyone starts on equal footing. Once again, you have a totally new tech tree to worry about. Cartography is going to be very important for us early on, but I'm going to end up starting with things like, let's say, astronomy, maybe even machinery, because I want to get the extra science as quickly as I can. Likewise, we have a totally new civic tree over here, as well as some new cultural civics, which is great. We do still retain all the benefits from our Persian legacy, but these are new things that we can research and bring along. I'm going to go for economics, though. I really need to be able to trade with my neighbors. Social policies, we do get to retain some cards from our last age. I'm going to take the extra gold per turn. And, I don't know, maybe the extra production towards overbuilding, which is basically meaning you are building over a previous structure. So this will make it a little bit easier. I don't know, we can always swap that out later, but I don't need the militaristic stuff. Let's go to our attributes. I'm going to go ahead and make it cheaper for me to befriend independent factions and get suzerainty. And then for economic, let's go for the extra gold for every route. Plus, I want to get maybe 15% extra gold towards purchasing in a settlement. We're going to be doing a lot of that. For militaristic, let's go ahead and get the commanders with a free level. And scientific, I'll just take the extra science. Boom. So everything recalculates. We're up to 65 science, 58 culture. That is atrociously bad. But that is simply how the start of the age is going to go. For our promotions with this commander, I'm going to go ahead and finish out the assault doctrines here, which means he now has the first strike ability, so any units that attack at full health get extra damage. That's great. And by finishing this out, we get a commendation. Could go for the second wind, an extra attack and movement for a single unit, deal direct damage like a small nuke, more movement speed, more range on my general, or just straight out 5 more combat strength, which is pretty darn good. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pick that up. Seems fine. Now, speaking of the military, you may have noticed that a lot of our units have apparently been redispersed throughout our empire. We take all of the units that we had from the last era, right, and compare that to how many army commanders we have to make sure that we have enough capacity. Then some of those units move forward, we get them upgraded to the latest tech, so now we have heavy archers and swordsmen, and then they get redistributed throughout the empire. We can bring them all back together with our generals if we want to. And I will, just so everything is properly organized. Now, I may want to consider normalizing relations with Ashoka as much as I can, do a reconciliation. I'm going to try and see if he'll let me. Yes, okay. So over time, our relationships should gradually begin to improve again. I do not want this guy attacking me, especially because he is friendly right now with Jose and might forge an alliance. If the two of them were to gang up on me, I'm pretty confident I would lose the game. And I don't really have much incentive to be attacking anyone on my continent in this age. That is a low priority. You'll see more about why in just a bit, though. Don't worry. Let's go ahead and choose a government. Could go for the extra food and production towards cavalry and naval units. I do have a special cavalry unit as the Abbasids, the Mamluk. So this actually seems especially good to me. Let's become a feudal monarch. Now, speaking of naval units, we do have a cog down over here, our first ship. That's because, whereas in the Age of Antiquity we could not cross into the deep ocean, in the Age of Exploration we absolutely can, and we should. Be wary that sending your ships out into the open ocean is a great way to get them killed because you will take damage from the rough seas. We want to stick to the shallows as much as we can for now. But there are land masses out here in the unexplored territory. In fact, we can see a little bit right over here. So if I find a very easy crossing like right here where it only takes a couple of turns to move over, that's what we are looking for. We have now finished building our temple. Guess what this means? We get to found a religion. I'm going to found Zoroastrianism, just seems appropriate for our legacy. And very similar to Civ 6, we get to choose some special beliefs to enhance our religion. Starting with the reliquary. Now, this is very important. Our cultural goal in this era is to gain relics, as many as possible. So I need to think of a way to generate at least 12 relics if I can. We could go for the conversion of city-states, which is going to be the independent powers. Once there is a suzerainty bonus over them, they'll found a city-state. I don't know of any yet. There are new ones in this age. In fact, actually, if you take a look here, all the previous city-states we knew about, they're gone. Kaput. Poof. Instead, new ones, there's one right there. New ones have appeared throughout the map and in the new undiscovered world. We do want to discover those as quickly as possible, but I don't know how many I'm going to find, nor do I really want to wait around to find out if I can get relics from them. We could try to convert the capitals of other civilization cities. I only know of 3, so that's a maximum of 6 relics. Relics could be gained from settlements with temples or altars, wonders. You know what? The other players did build a lot of wonders. This could be good. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to focus on finding other cities that have wonders in them and then convert them as quickly as I can. If that's the case, it might be worth trying to go for the extra culture, gold, and science for every wonder in a settlement that has our religion. Yeah, I didn't build a lot of wonders. That was my weakness in the last game. So in theory, if I were to go down here and convert, let's say, a couple cities down here, I mean, there's 3 wonders right there, right? That seems pretty good. There are other options, of course. You know, every settlement that is following our religion and stuff could get me some science or gold. We could have some benefits based on different terrain types. All of that is tempting, but what it's going to mean is I need to start spending a lot of my time getting missionaries and convert as many cities as possible. Whereas by doing this, maybe I can focus on just like 3 or 4 cities and I will win. Let's do that. I think that's a good idea. So now we want to train up some missionaries anywhere that I have a temple. And the faster I can get down here, the better. I'll show you how conversion works in just a bit. Now we're going to enter into the deep ocean over here, as was intended. What we are going to see is that we are going to take some damage through the rough seas. So this is why you don't want to just explore blindly in the ocean. Look for any sort of landmass as quickly as you can. Now, do I want to spend some money just getting myself a missionary? I'm going to do that, actually, to speed things along. I'm hoping 2 missionaries is all that I'm going to need since I have religion faster than anyone else does in the game. Again, you'll see why in a bit. Okay, so we found some shallow shores over here. This is good. We're going to start looking around these land masses, and there are some specific things that I am looking for here. There's one right there. Okay, we found some tea. There are special exotic treasure resources out in distant lands. If we are to get these with a settlement and extract them, we will be able to create treasure fleets. Treasure fleets are then sent back to any of our port cities, and we will be able to get a huge boost of money. But more importantly, what we are going to get are treasure fleet points. If you look at our new economic requirement for this age, we want to get up to 30 treasure fleet points. So the Age of Exploration is really all about discovering new lands, finding exotic resources, and bringing them back home. This is very good for us. It also pairs up beautifully with the military legacy requirements here, where once again we do want to settle distant lands, but we also get extra points if it is our religion and if we have conquered it. So fighting overseas and establishing empires, that is another major goal for us. Culture-wise, we just want to get those relics I was talking about. That's where getting a lot of these is helpful. And for science, this one's actually quite tricky. Our overall goal is to get 5 districts with 40 yields on them, and not the city center. Really hard to pull off. Oh, there's some more exotic resources, by the way. Spices. Nice. Now, in order to colonize those new lands, that's why you need cartography. This is what's going to allow civilian units to enter into the deep ocean. Until we do this, we can't really go anywhere. I'm going to pick this up early, though, because the faster I can race to these islands and colonize them before anyone else does, whoop, hello, city-state, the faster I can do that, the better. This is a race. Let's go ahead and start befriending the city-state, by the way. This is an example of one of the new city-states that has appeared. Kind of an unfortunate position. It's blocking the sugar, and I don't think I can settle close to the tea. Ugh. Now let's get over here with our missionaries. So the way that missionaries work, you have a certain number of charges on them. If you spread your religion, it can convert a city. So we're going to go ahead and do this right here. And what you're going to notice is there are 2 different little icons here under this city, both representing the urban and the rural populations. We now have a majority of our religion in both. And the only reason we got both with 1 charge is because there was no religion in the city previously. However, if there had been another religion already here, I would have to spend a charge on any urban tile and then another charge on any rural tile in order to fully convert the city. So this is where being fast with your conversions is very helpful, because I got in here uncontested and immediately was able to convert it. This got me 2 relics. Hooray! And the relics are worth some extra culture and some happiness. Not to mention we're now getting a lot more science and culture using their own power against them. Beautiful. Napoleon wants to degrade our relations. Not ideal, but there's really not much he can do to me unless he's allied to people. Hold on, is he allied to anyone? He is not. So, no, there's really not much he can do to me. I don't care what Napoleon thinks. I'm not going to spend any influence to stop him. But if Ashoka is going to end up being good friends with... Yeah, he's still friendly with Jose. If they become allies, I've actually got a lot to be worried about. Up over here, I'm going to convert Waset, which I think also has a wonder. Yep, the Pyramid of the Sun. And then we'll get down here next turn to Mennefer, which also has wonders. So we're getting 4 relics already. Okay, this helps. Let's try using another charge here. There we go. That's another relic. Okay, I've got 2 that I can't place anywhere. We don't have enough slots. We'll fix that soon enough. And another religion has now been founded. Okay, so now we might get some competition. But at the very least, I was able to get pretty much everything that I wanted very, very rapidly. Oh, hang on. I see another wonder over here. We need to get to Chickasaw. Jose wants to reduce our relationship. No. Why would you want to do that? Why don't you want to be friends? We should be friends, buddy. I'm about to get you a whole bunch of trade routes. We should definitely be friends, seriously. Trade actually is quite good in that way. The more integrated your economies are, the better they tend to think of you. So, yeah, we need to get these set up ASAP. And we're only a couple of turns away from getting cartography. So I think it would make some sense to go ahead and buy a settler rather than wait for it. Start moving toward the shallow areas of the coast and make our way over here. I want to settle in this general area and grab some spices and tea. As long as we have a settlement within range of at least 1 resource, but preferably more, that is well worth it to us. Again, with the trying to decrease my relationship. Stop it! These guys seem really intent on getting to war with me. Of Question, did you create... Yeah, they got an alliance. Alright, that's why. Ashoka is a warmonger who is trying to get people to attack me. Alright, this is going to cost me a lot of influence, but we should be able to stymie them. I really don't benefit from being at war with these guys, at least unless I have a huge technological advantage. Okay, with cartography done, what comes next? Well, machinery can be quite good in that you get access to some new warehouse buildings to boost up your production and food. Very, very good. You can also get more food from mastering cartography, but I think what I really care about is working toward education and shipbuilding as fast as possible. Shipbuilding is necessary because it's going to make it so you can cross the deep ocean without taking any attrition damage. Also, you do not generate any treasure fleets unless you have shipbuilding unlocked. That's not like the most obvious thing in the world, but it is true. Okay, we got Chickasaw. I'm not really getting any benefit from all these relics right now. So it might make sense to go ahead and spend some money buying temples in some of our cities just to make some slots. I only get one slot, so it's kind of an expensive endeavor, but alright. We have now slotted in 6 relics, which means we have completed the first of the cultural milestones. Good. Only 6 more to go, honestly. Do we want to start working toward heraldry or guilds? What's more important to me, education or shipbuilding? Probably shipbuilding. Well, but the education's really good. The extra science is amazing. Let's go for the guilds. I want to get the extra culture, I want to get the extra money, and I want to get the extra science. Get all that supercharging us, then hopefully we work down this tree a little bit faster. Okay, we have a little city over here that is now extracting spices. This will not create treasure fleets automatically, though. In order to make this work, you have to get yourself a fishing key. It's effectively going to be a dock for us, so that we will be able to send ships back. But again, none of that is useful until we get ourselves the shipbuilding tech. Oh, we have met another player. It's Ben Franklin of the Normans. Oh my god! He's got 281 science and 177 culture. Frickin' heck, dude. Right. So, you guys might have been wondering where all the other players are. We've only ever had 4 on this continent. The answer is there are 2 more on another continent that's hidden back over here. Turns out, they're super advanced. Oh, dear me. We may have a new threat. Probably should start by being friendly to him. Hopefully we can be buddies, and you're not gonna come and kill me. He's also got an incentive to go across the world and come and fight. Yeah, now I'm wondering what the heck we're gonna do about Ben Franklin. Do I really need to find a way to sail across the world and go and take him down before he can become a major threat to me? Because he could run away with the game with those kinds of numbers. Anyway, cool, we now get to upgrade our religion. What do I want? Conquered settlements get converted, trade routes convert a city, missionaries get charged. Honestly, relic slots. Relic slots solves all of my great work problems. Oh my gosh, I've got... Wait, no, something just got rearranged. I was gonna say, how did we get so many relics? We've got a pretty good amount, though. Hey, another milestone. Built up the Tomb of Askia as a new wonder over here. This should give me some extra production in gold for every resource assigned to my capital. And, lo and behold, I tend to assign a lot of resources here. So, you know, it seems pretty good. Gosh dang it, stop trying. Okay, everyone, literally everyone and their mother, is trying to antagonize me. This is a serious problem here. Well, except for Benjamin Franklin, who wants to ally me. You know what? Fine. I know. I probably should be attacking Ben Franklin in order to get my military power, but, frankly, if this helps to kick these guys away from me, it might be worth it. Look, I just don't have any particular advantage to going to war right now. I want to get more settlements, don't get me wrong, but like settlements in my own continent is not very useful. Oh, plus we did find another civilization. Hello. Alright, with Ben Franklin as my ally, maybe we can fight these guys. I'm gonna go for a hostile greeting here. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to find a way to fight them. I don't know where your capital is, but it's somewhere on this continent. I just need someone that I can conquer, so that I can start settling down areas in distant lands. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter who. We already have a call to war, actually. Ben Franklin is fighting these guys. We could support them. I mean, that is kind of what we're supposed to do. Are we gonna commit to this? Sure. Alright, we're committing to this. Do I have any information on where you are? None whatsoever. Okay, got our first suzerain bonus. We could go for the free techs again. Kinda tempting. Monasteries are another option for us. Get science this way? How good is that? Does not remove the warehouse bonuses on a tile. Huh. But realistically, even if I place down, let's say, 3 of them, if that ends up getting me, let's say, 12 science per turn, cool. But theoretically, if I did this, I don't know how much science every tech costs, but considering I have 125 and it takes like 10 turns, I'm going to assume it takes like 1,200 science per technology. Getting one of these now, plus another one from Shengjin and another one from the Denochi clan, makes me think I'd get like 4,000 science. This would not pay for itself within 1,000 turns, or even 300 turns if we're being generous. I have to think the free tech is still really good. Okay, we get a bonus towards cartography. That was probably worth a little bit less, but I mean, hey, okay. Hey, question, actually. Benjamin Franklin, did you build any... Ooh, they have built wonders. Okay. I need to send a missionary over here. If I can do that and convert the city, yeah, it's going to take a couple of charges, so it'll take a couple turns. We can get the last relics that I need. Okay, we do now have access to our mosques and our universities. Alright, universities means lots of science. Definitely need to get that going. 9 science in some of these locations. Ooh, yes. Honestly, just buying them isn't a bad idea. Seems like it's a fairly cost-effective solution. Now, I'm still nowhere close to getting the 40 yields on tiles that I would like. We're getting some progress, though. Whopping 19 gold, 5 science, 4 culture, and 2 influence on this tile, for example. The real trick seems to be stacking up your specialists in some way or another. But it's still really hard to get enough of them. Next city-state bonus available. The Kasbah? I don't know about that. Maybe. Might be better to go ahead and get, let's say, double XP in distant lands, since that's where I'm currently trying to move some soldiers to go and fight against the Shawnee. Let's also make sure we build both of our unique special buildings over here. So I'm going to have a madrasa and a mosque in the same sector, which I think should create a special district called the Ulema. And with an Ulema, we should be able to unlock some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to try to integrate Istakar. I don't think I need them anymore. 480 influence is what I'm looking for. The reason I want to take them in, integrate them as a new city, is they're right next to some sugar. That means even more trade fleets. Once we're done with shipbuilding, which is 5 full turns away. Now, do we have our special district over here? It looks like we do. Okay, so with that, we can now train a special new unit. The Alim. A great person with only 1 charge. The effect is random. Ah, well, I like random. So, here's our first Alim. This one needs to go to an observatory. Oh no, it creates an observatory. Oh. Well, useful if I needed another one, which I don't. Question, can you create one in a regular town and still get me the science? Well, we'll find out. I need to train up more Alim. I have a mission in 15 turns. Have 4 of them. And now we have unlocked Maula, which is our unique civic. Mamluks now get 50% flanking bonus, if only I had some of those. But we also get a new social policy. 3 gold, 3 science for every resource assigned to a city that has at least 8 population, urban population. That is no problem. That would be worth a ton of science. Honestly, some of these masteries are really, really good. House of Wisdom, that could be nice. Algebra. I mean, just passive 15% more science in cities with 8 urban population. Like, we've got that. That's fine. Oh, no. I can't convert Rome. It's a holy city? Aw, no. Really, though? Well, crud. What am I going to convert in order to get my last relics? Who's got any wonders? Somebody does. I know they do. They have to. Another Alim. Gain 10% happiness in a settlement. I mean, yeah, it's okay. Ugh, and I can't build a gosh dang observatory. It has to be a city. Useless. Well, we have our shipbuilding tech. Finally. This means we should now be able to start crossing the ocean with no fear of attrition. And I found some area where we will be able to settle in the new world, which is good. Wait, is this a wonder? El Escorial? I think we found a wonder. All right, we're going to convert them. We also got ourselves a milestone from having settled in the distant lands. And by converting them to my religion, that gets me a little bit of extra points. Okay. Another Alim, get a free random technology. Now that's what I'm talking about. Gimme. Architecture for free. Cool. The menagerie and the pavilion. Aha! I think we finally found our enemy. Oh my gosh, it's only been like 30 turns. All right, so there they are. There she blows. So if we can get our troops in position, settle down something, get them upgraded to the next tier, maybe buy a ship or two, we might be able to go ahead and launch an attack. These guys are fairly weak. Yeah, okay, we found their capital down here. All right, we've got our castles, we've got feudalism upgraded to mastery, blah, blah, blah. Let's go for metallurgy. That gets me an armorer plus a trebuchet, which would be helpful right about now. I feel like we're just now finally picking up some gas. Ooh, this ulema looks really nice, by the way. Hold on, let me take off this yield. Look at that structure. That is pretty nifty. By the way, if I scroll down to our resources, we can see here that indeed we will be getting some treasure fleets. 3 more turns remaining, and then a treasure fleet loaded with 2 points and 200 gold will be assigned to us and shipped back home. There we go. All right, this city is taken care of. That does indeed get me some more relics. I mean, we've almost got the 12 that I need. I need to find one more city with some wonders in it that I can actually convert. Oh, no, Benjamin Franklin, don't build the House of Wisdom. I wanted that one. Gosh dang it. Now, here's an enemy I haven't seen before. Create a hospital? Yeah, that could be useful. Let's go ahead and do that. That gets me an extra 9 food and some science. Okay. I still don't see much progress toward getting my 40 yield tiles that I'm looking for, to be honest. I'm a little concerned we're not going to be able to do that. But I'm sure trying. Anyway, let's found a city on the other side of the world. Immediately grab some sugar and a fishing key, and boom. Now we can start generating some treasure fleets over here as well. And now, with all this, let's go through and upgrade my units, make sure we're up to tier 2. And I'd love to have a proper trebuchet, but I'm out of money. Still, with these upgraded units, now we can start making a push over here. Now, we do get a free attribute point for accomplishing some sort of a goal. I do think going for scientific with getting an extra science for every resource assigned could be great. Alternatively, I get a cultural point. No. Seems pretty obvious to me we want to go for science. So let's see, we're going from 255 science up to, what? 294! That was like 39 science right there. Boom! Better watch out, Ben Franklin. No, I'm not catching up. I thought I might be catching up. I'm not catching up. Holy crud. Hey, our first treasure fleets. Send them up. Let's pick up sales and trade. That's going to be worth how much? 95 more science. Yes. First treasure fleet has arrived. Let's unload the cargo. That gets me my treasure fleet points. And we'll see in a second it also gets me my gold. There we go. All right, so this is going to be a way of fueling the Empire. We're halfway through the age, so this took a little while. But we're going to ultimately have 4 different settlements that are generating treasure fleets, 2 of which get me extra value. As long as I can keep making it back to my city unimpeded, we should be getting a lot of value. Let's see. Ooh, extra science on specialists, or +2 if I have 3 or fewer cities. Which I do. This might be a way of actually getting me up to my 40 tile or yield tiles that I'm looking for. Or at least very close to it. Yeah, I'm up to 38 yields now on 1 tile somewhere in my empire. I need to get this just to avoid the Science Dark Age, let alone trying to get 5 of them. But hey, at least we get our relics. So this actually means that I now got a golden age in culture. Unexpected. Yeah, now I'm getting some crazy yields in my capital. Hold on. Like, this is 10 yields in 1 tile right here. So that puts me at 28. Still not enough, but it's good. Urban planning would definitely kick me over the edge. 7 turns, an extra specialist in all cities. So if I can get 3 specialists on 1 tile, like this one right here, that's a guaranteed 40 yield. Call me crazy, but I think the Shawnee are in trouble here. And the reason they're in trouble is because they don't have naval control, which means my ships are able to come over here and start bombarding the crud out of them. And then once their units are all dead, I'll just march in and take whatever I want. Well, I take that back. They actually just ran in and caused some serious problems. Okay, fair enough. They had a whole bunch of units just sitting here off the coast, which, you know, that makes sense. I wouldn't keep them in range either if I were them. Oh, now they're offering me peace. Absolutely not. You're going to suffer. Just a little bit more. We should be able to burn down this knight. And in the meantime, I'm training up a fleet commander, which is getting me some extra combat strength when bombarding land units. And now, I even get more range. Seems pretty good to me. I think that's all I need to get in here and take the city. Boom. Milestone complete for me. Alright, so we now have Tier 2 with the military. And if I can convert some of this new territory, we actually should be able to get a bunch of points, too. Huh. Now that I think about it, wait a minute. If I just get myself 2 missionaries, maybe 1. No, 2 missionaries. Convert this, that's a golden age, again. One major advantage I have right now, even though I'm just sort of starting to catch up on science and culture, I'm making a lot of money. 900 gold per turn means I can be buying things in my city all the time. So whenever I do research something new, I'm able to pretty much immediately plop it down in my city, and the result is I'm starting to scale a lot faster. Plus, the treasure fleets are continuing to roll in. That gets me more points, more money. Hello, Hurricane. Good thing I don't have any ships down there. Honestly, I'm sort of shocked that everything is going this well right now. I mean, this has been a very intensive 2.5 hours for me, but I mean, like, we're doing great. We're finally starting to scale and catch up to people. I'm actually closer to catching up to Ben Franklin now. Like, we're getting there. My military power is going all over the place. We're really doing well when it comes to the rankings now. I'm at the top of almost everything. If we can just get these 40 yield tiles, that's all I'm missing. And now that I'm able to get a 3rd specialist on some tiles, I totally believe that I can do it. I'll start working toward metal casting and get gunpowder. I mean, at this rate, I honestly feel like we're going to be able to get through all of our techs. We could even work toward future tech. And that's great, because that gets me extra wildcard attributes. Plus, the next age gets a starting tech boost, and so on. Like, there's a lot to like about all that if we can do it. Let's see, what's this? Ooh, hold on. Every building in this quarter gets 3 science. Hold on, I'm really close to having what I needed. Was it right here? Hold on. I got a couple of options. I could place it over here, or I could place it over here. Golden Age Academy and a university. It just makes sense. Let's move over here. Oh, but it has to be in the Ulema quarter? Aw, man. Hey, we finally got our 40 yield tile over here. All right, we are getting enlightened. Look at the yields on this tile. Look at that. Look at it, it's beautiful. This is why we like specialists. Lots of specialists. Man, Benjamin Franklin, though, he's had a really good game. Look at this. Look how much territory he's had completely uncontested. He's up to 16 settlements. Like, dude, Shawnee, why are you feeding? You're supposed to actually slow this guy down. Realistically, though, it's just he played probably as Rome to start. It's Rome doing Rome things. What can I say? In every Civ game, Rome is good. So, question, Shawnee. I have everything I want. Are you ready to end this war? I think we probably should before you kill any of my units. Sure, good enough. Look, I carved out a coast of my new little empire over here. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Oh my gosh, and my fleet commander now has a splash ability? When my ships bombard, they hit adjacent tiles? Oh my god. Now, one problem I just realized... Oh, shoot. I can't convert this city, it's a holy city. I wish there was an easier way to see that. So if I can't convert this, I won't get my extra points. So what I need to do is actually, I should have conquered one last city. Well, we'll have a chance to go to war again later. You know, in 9 turns. The game's not going to end by then. Woo! Another milestone complete. That means I've got 3 tiles with at least 40 yields on them now. Look, you know, I don't want to brag or anything, but I might actually be really good at this game. Oh, well, I take it all back. The crisis has begun. Sacred and profane. All faiths must be accepted, or unity is only possible under one dogma. Oh. I mean, I'm not exactly going to be able to convert the world. I'm going to go for tolerance. Maybe that's the wrong call. So, happiness in settlements that do not follow my religion. Yeah, this is fine. I don't need more charges on missionaries. Another economic milestone now complete, since we have more treasure fleet points. How many more do we need? That's only 1 level. I was kind of hoping to get a lot more than this. I was really expecting to be able to get a golden age on this one. But we didn't quite find enough of the special resources. And unless I'm willing to go to war, let's say, against my ally and stuff over here and steal all their sugar, I don't think we're going to get that. The good thing is we were able to stave off a Dark Age. Okay, we now have access to gunpowder. So my crossbowmen can hit their final tier. Not that I necessarily need it at this point, but I mean, like, why not? And what else would make sense? We could start working toward that future tech. It really doesn't seem like a bad idea, except that it's going to push the age forward a lot faster. Maybe a free relic and stuff like that. Like, just knock out all the masteries that could be useful. And there we go with another 40 tile tile. Actually, wait, that was all 5, right? Sure enough, we've got a Golden Science Age and Culture Age. Of course, the Crisis is getting scarier, but that's okay. I guess I don't mind taking an Inquisition. We could do a whole load of covert actions now if I really want to. Which, like, I don't see why not. And I've even got a whole fleet of galleons over here. In a couple of turns, we can go back to war against the Shawnee. I'll take this last city over here, trying to get it to my settlement cap. Get those last couple points, do some quick conversions. And then with any luck, that'll get me a military golden age as well. I'm going to go ahead and start working on future tech. May not be necessary, but I think that this age is going to be ending in just a few turns. So I'd like to lock this down. Alright, let's do one last quick war. Get out over here, deploy the fleet, be afraid, be very afraid. 2 more crisis policy slots. We're definitely getting very close to the end here. Just need to burn this down quickly, please. That'll do the job. Mamluks walk right in, take the city. Captured a district, but apparently it wasn't enough. I thought if you took the city center, that was good enough. I'm going to have to take down all the rest of the knights, huh? So what new crises can I deal with? When you convert a settlement you own, gain a migrant, and damage buildings? Missionaries in my territory get more movement. I don't care. Yeah, I guess if I convert a settlement I own, I just gain a migrant and damage some stuff. Shouldn't be a problem, right? I hope not. Well, there goes future tech. Now we're very close to finishing this. I can't seem to take the last bit of territory in this city, though. I'd really rather you guys did not finish the age. I'm so close to getting a little bit more progress on things like my economic. If I can just get a little bit more over here, too. Military golden age as well would be awesome. All right, this is actually going to be a little bit unpleasant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my missionaries who each only have 1 charge. And I'm going to be starting to build as many of these missionaries as possible, because in 2 turns, I might be able to reconvert these cities. Yes, it's setting a lot of my stuff on fire. What of it? This is why we have money, to just repair everything. All right, let's see if this works. We're going to do a quick conversion over there. Quick conversion here. 1 up here. And 1 here. Ah, that was enough! Oh, it worked! Okay, so literally on the last turn, we were able to get ourselves a military golden age. It's a shame we are literally this close to the next milestone for economy as well. The treasure fleet is literally on its way. 1 turn. 1 turn is really all I needed. Wait, how many points is this worth? Hold on. 2 points? No! Oh well, the age of exploration is coming to an end. Dang, this close, honestly, to a perfect run. If we had just a little bit more treasure resources in these islands, we had it, man. This was almost a perfect age. And the whole world appears to be at war to some degree or another, which is kind of funny, but I was able to stabilize relationships, so hopefully this won't come back to bite me in the next age. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and move forward. And the age of exploration shall come to an end. Yes, like that. Thank you. Wow, I'm amazed we were able to turn that around as effectively as we did. That looked really, really sketchy at the beginning of the age. But in the end, look at this. 3 science, 3 culture, 3 military, and only 1 economic point. That was so good. As far as rankings, we're, well, okay, I was gonna say we're on the top across the board. Ben Franklin apparently got a lot of relics. But who cares? I got my golden age. Yeah. Solid performance by me. Very solid. And we get a lot more XP. I'm up to level 20 with Firaxis. Yeah, this is looking good. Unfortunately, I do have to end this video here before we advance into the modern age. I know that's something you guys would all like to see, but Firaxis has a few announcements they'd like to make on that front first. Once that is done, we will be back, and we will advance from the exploration age into the modern age, and you will see a whole new realm of content that has never been seen before. Thank you all very much for watching this video, and once again, a big thank you to 2K and Firaxis for the sponsorship. The game is coming out on February 11th. If you guys would like to learn more about its PC or console versions, then you can find a link in the description down below. Otherwise, if you are enjoying this short series, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.